Hello, welcome back to the Grape Explorer. Today it's the world of wine. It's the monthly roundup of wine stories that I've picked out that I think are of particular interest. If you're new to this channel, welcome. This is the Grape Explorer. We do wine education, product reviews and lots of tastings, and I do a monthly roundup of stories from around the world of wine. Let's jump straight into it then. The first story actually takes place here in the UK. Now, we are enjoying some fantastic weather at the moment. I believe it's one of the hottest springs on record. But a couple of weeks ago, that very warm daytime temperatures and therefore no cloud cover, the temperatures were actually plummeting at night, putting a lot of the vineyards in the UK at risk of frost. And so our wine producers were working around the clock to ensure that their vineyards were protected. However, there has been some substantial damage. There were a total of 181 separate incidents of frost occurring where the temperatures were dropping from between -1 to -6 right throughout the country. A number of vineyards stated that they have experienced up to 100% of frost damage on their vines as well, which for a lot of UK producers, they are small producers. Something like this destroying the crop for the vintage, that's really the year over. This story from the drinks business goes on to say that, a number of vineyards talk about how where they're located in the country, they were able to escape it. They're planted near the sea. They've got some moderating temperatures that can help with that, but a lot of vineyards did suffer. So 72 vineyards reported a 0 to 10% damage and 61 vineyards reported losses ranging from 50 to 100%, incredibly devastating. I reached out to a few local vineyards to have them share some of their photographs that they were taking at the time. Now, when it comes to vineyard management during frost, the best thing that you can do is to get some warm air circulating around your vineyard. So you'll see from these photos that what these vineyards were doing were lighting fires around the vineyards in the hope of creating some warmer air. Thanks to those vineyards for sharing their photos with me. I've put links to those vineyards down below so you can go and take a closer look at who they are and what they produce. Right, let's move on to some other news. May was a bit of a bumper crop of news stories I found, so I've just picked out a few that caught my eye. Going on sale in supermarkets this month in the UK, California wine giant Barefoot has launched its range of white wine based hard seltzers for the UK market. I didn't know what a seltzer was, I had to look it up. So the range itself is a gluten-free range including 2 variants made with sparkling water, white wine and natural fruit flavours. There's a pineapple and a passion fruit version, and then there's a strawberry and a guava version. They sound sickly sweet to me. I'm not familiar with seltzer, let me know what your experiences of it are. Each 250ml can contain 70 calories, 2 grams of sugar and are 4% alcohol by volume, clearly marketed to the sort of summer market, outdoors, barbecue type of drink. Single cans will have a UK price of £1.80. That's around $2.50 for a can. So again, do you think that's overpriced for what it is? The range's alcohol and sugar levels are on par with some of its biggest competitors in this space. Barefoot wine seltzers are a fantastic addition to the Barefoot family. Now, Barefoot wines are something we already have in the UK. They tend to price quite reasonably, around sort of £7 to £8 for a bottle. So I'm keen to see how this particular introduction into the market does. We've got another launch of a wine in a can, Rosé Water, a hybrid drink targeted at health-conscious millennials made from French rosé and sparkling water. This has gone on sale in the United States only. It's gone on sale in 15 states. It's made from a Loire Valley Pinot Noir, Gamay and Cabernet Franc blend, blended with sparkling water from the Austrian Alps. So very international. We've got some elements from France, some elements from Austria. 4 by 9% alcohol by volume, contains 69 calories and has no added sugar or flavourings. A little bit healthier than the Barefoot offering there then. So what they've done with Rosé Water is to give the consumer what they've been asking for, a well-crafted wine-based beverage that tastes great and has absolutely nothing artificial about it. It's available in 6 packs of 8.5 ounce cans and will carry a recommended retail price of $14.99, while individual cans cost $2.99. So comparable to the UK market, that's obviously more expensive than the Barefoot, but perhaps that little bit healthier, I don't know. The on-trend drink has gone on sale in 15 states. It only notes a few of them here: North Carolina, Maryland, Massachusetts, South Carolina, California and Illinois. They've got plans for this box-ticking brand to be on sale in 60 global markets and across 40 states by the end of the year, so look out for that one near you. I'd really like to hear from anyone who has the opportunity to try this one and let me know what your thoughts are. Now, staying on the theme of rosé to a point, the Italian government has this month finally approved the production of rosé Prosecco, and it's expected to hit our shelves as early as January 2021. I can imagine there are thousands of people who have been looking forward to this. Prosecco in the UK is massively popular, as it is, I'm sure, around the world, but I know that it is especially in the UK. But adding that rosé element to it as well, you know, for some people they're putting together two of their most favourite things, and it's going to create something I'm sure they will feel will be absolutely wonderful. The arrival of Rosé Prosecco, which can be made from Glera and Pinot Noir, comes at a good time for the Prosecco consortium, as sales of Prosecco have dipped in recent months owing to the current situation going on around the world. So there's been a cap in production in 2020, hence the reason that the sales have dipped. In order to label Prosecco DOC as rosé, producers will have to follow specific rules. Glera and Pinot Noir are the only permitted grapes, with only 10 to 15% of Pinot Noir allowed in the blend. And the fizz can only be produced in two styles, Brut Nature and Extra Dry. So some specifics to retain a little bit of law and order really about protecting that Prosecco brand. But again, let me know what you think of Rosé Prosecco. I think it's going to be an absolute smash when it comes out and is released in stores. Now, from something new to something old, and a story that I picked up in Decanter magazine, the oldest cognac from 1762 fetches nearly $150,000 at auction recently. The cognac predated the French Revolution and is one of the oldest surviving bottles in the world. It was sold via online auction at Sotheby's. A 70 centilitre bottle of 1762 Gaultier cognac. It's the oldest cognac vintage ever sold at auction. Winning bid came from a collector in Asia, following an online-only sale lasting several days, which finished on the 28th of May. Sotheby's said the result was a new auction record for a bottle of cognac. And finally, a little bit of pop culture with the news that Post Malone is to release a rosé wine with the name Maison No. 9. Post Malone is launching a line of rosé. The Taking Shot singer announced a line of pink drinks this month, called Maison No. 9. The bottles will be available for order and in stores from next month. Fans can submit their email to pre-order bottles and limited edition merch online. That's a very today thing, isn't it? You get your merch alongside the actual bottle, perhaps a t-shirt with his name on the front and a picture of the bottle on the back, I don't know. Posty spent much of 2019 travelling to Provence to work on his grape juice. I hope he was out in the vineyards picking the grapes. And the brand says in a press release, the singer has a love of the Mediterranean lifestyle and rosé. Rosés when you want to get a little fancy, according to Post Malone. So he's going to be really excited about the Rosé Prosecco news. He hopes to make the wine world more accessible and break down the traditional perceptions around it. While there is no price listed for the wine, it is described as affordable. I think we all have different views on what affordable is, so I'm keen to see when he comes out with that. Although the tattooed singer is the face of the new brand, there are a number of other business partners and entrepreneurs involved. Malone has a varied collection of brand partnerships, and he's released several collaborations with a number of different stores, brands, clothing labels, etc. So, you know, the modern pop star these days, it's not just enough to be talented on the microphone. You have to have all sorts of other things to build up your true empire. So there we go. There's some news for the month of May 2020. I hope you found this enjoyable. Let me know some of the news stories that have captured your attention this month, and I look forward to seeing you all again soon. Cheers.